Chalk and cheese difference. That's what Chris Callan said to me after last night's win at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in the Champions League. Have to agree, completely different to what we have been seeing in the Premier League, and I think it just shows the stark difference between our domestic game and the rest of Europe, especially sort of not the elite clubs, the ones just below it. There is quite clear, stark difference in quality. But an important 3 points, another home win in the Champions League. We've won every single one of them this season, haven't conceded a goal either. It doesn't paper over many of the problems, in my opinion. Rather than as Thomas Frank normally does, he did something slightly different that we haven't seen much of, if at all, in my opinion, this season. That's partly because of what he had available. Rather than, as he normally does, focus on his setup and personnel around the opponent, he was kind of almost forced into look at the 11 fit outfielders and find a system that suited them rather than trying to counteract the opponent, as he does all the time. Even if we're playing a team in the lower part of the Premiership, or even the bottom three, he will adapt his team around them rather than finding the best system we have available and attacking and going at it. We're Tottenham Hotspur, we should be doing that all the time. The first half yesterday was excellent in spells, obviously, credit to everybody for that. But again, the second half, we sat back. We sat back and invited 10 men, Borussia Dortmund on. And as I said at the beginning, kind of thought we might concede at one point with a corner. I just was looking at the corners coming up, we're going to concede there, I can see this happening. Luckily we didn't, but we sat back and invited them on. We could have seeded the game out, we didn't, and we just kept inviting more pressure onto ourselves. For me, if Thomas Frank is still in charge on Saturday, and by all accounts from Matt Law is saying that he's going to desperately be in the press conference on Thursday, Tottenham have confirmed that, so can only imagine he is in charge. It wouldn't surprise me if we revert back to a 4-2-3-1, two defensive-minded midfielders in that pivot, and then sitting back hoping to nick a goal or a set-piece goal rather than attacking and being daring. Xavi probably won't play. He's probably going to have to rest the swelling on his ankle. So it could see Conor Gallagher go into a 10 or even a Pap Sarr. Again, two more defensively minded players. It was an important win last night. Let's not get that confused or not say that I'm unhappy with it. I am. But it doesn't change much for me. I don't think Thomas Frank is the long-term solution here. And I think we're just trying to paper over that gaps as best we can. But please let me know what you think. Am I being too harsh or not?